another match point.
Incredible third set here.
They changed their strategy a little bit and they fought their way back in.
There it is, game, set, and match.
Hello and welcome to the 2024-25 APTA Tour. We're live from the Ridgewood Country Club in Paramus, New Jersey, bringing you the Ridgewood Classic, with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership and our tour presenting sponsors Volley and Quarian. Tournament support has been provided by the following local sponsors: Ridgewood Country Club and Xenon Paddle. I'm Lauren Mandel, along with Patty Hogan, and we're bringing you the women's finals between Florentina Hanisch and Taya Page, and Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sikora. And Patty, I think we are going to have an interesting one out here today. A little different look than we've seen before.
Yeah, I think it's an exciting matchup. As it turns out, they are our tournament number 1 and 2 seeded teams here, matching up. Hanisch, we always see her with Ana Zabori, and Page we always see with B. Lopez. But this new pairing on the other side, it's going to be a big challenge here. Our tournament number 2 seed, Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sikora, just a phenomenal team, top 4 in the country. That Charlotte Sikora is, I think she's on the far side in the deuce court right now, Lauren, and that's Allison Morgan, far side ad court.
Correct, in the blue jacket, Allison Morgan.
Far side, and then the near side hitting that overhead on the right, that's Flor Hanisch. And to her left, Taya Pajic Page. We're gonna drop the Pajic now. And she's only allowed one syllable for her last name. That's Derek Yost up in the chair calling this match. It's a 2 out of 3 set, regular scoring match. And I think it's gonna be a great one, Lauren.
Yeah, I mean, you see right in the warm-up, you see Florentina Hanisch practicing all her different spins on her overhead. I watched some of the semifinal match where they played against Lauren Gebbia and Carrie Delmonico, and Hanisch was just hitting cutter after cutter, putting the ball away. It was really a very impressive display. So let's see. I mean, they were winning that match pretty handily. So let's see if she tries as many in this match.
Yeah, I expect her to do so because she's working toward her goal with Ana Maria Zabori to win national championship this year, in Philly at a Philly Cricket Club. And I think that, even though she's not playing with Ana today, it doesn't matter. She's still going to be working on what she's working on.
Ladies and gentlemen,
to
this
progress
final
herself.
round match is best of 3 sets with tie breaks. To my right in the deuce court from Watchung, New Jersey, Florentina Hanisch. Her partner in the ad court from Stamford, Connecticut, Taya Page. And to my left in the ad court from Lake Bluff, Illinois, Allison Morgan. And her partner in the deuce court from Chesterbrook, PA, Charlotte Sikora. Hanisch Page won the toss and has elected to receive.
Finishing up the warm-up here. I mean, it's always interesting when you play. I mean, Flora Hanisch plays with Ana Zabori almost exclusively, and Taya Page has only played this. Well, that's not true. She's played a few tournaments with other people, but she mostly plays with B. Lopez. And it's interesting, Patty, when you're so used to playing with someone to go play with somebody else.
That's not good.
Yeah, but it's fun, and we see it more so on the men's side, where different guys will play with different players. We have, the man Regalado is sitting this one out, and Salazar's in here, and I think we're going to see him in an upcoming match, Lauren.
Yes.
So I think it's fun for the women to mix up and play with each other, and I think it's a really good thing because you kind of get a different feel when you team up with someone, and maybe we know this game, everybody's great, and it just comes down to matchups. Does this team do something that can rock the tempo of that other team or not? And I think this match is going to be a pick'em in my book. I'll just go out on a limb, Lauren, and we talked a little bit before air. I'm going to go with Sakura and Morgan, number 4 team in the country, number 3 team in the country, just the veteran. They've played a million matches together, and they somehow find a way to pull themselves out of most of them. So
Yes.
I'll favor their teamwork, possibly. And I mean, that leaves you. I guess you get stuck with the number 1 pick, the number 1 seeded team.
Okay,
Lauren,
well,
for your side of it.
I'll take the other side of that. I mean, look, if you're Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sakura, in the past, since the 2022-23 season, you've lost to Hanish Sabori 10 times. They have 1 win. They beat them last year, which was a great win for them, but they have lost 10 times. That's a lot of losses. So you're pretty happy to see Hanish play with somebody else. Now, Taya Page is a great player, but she's got much less experience than Zabori, and she certainly has a lot less experience playing with Hanish. So I'm sure they're feeling like, you know, this is their chance and to take home a title here. And Morgan and Sakura won the first
Charlie,
title of the
for you
season
guys?
in Montclair, and I'm sure they
Allison?
would love to win this one. But I'm interested to see how they do with this different matchup.
Yeah, they had a tough, semifinal match. We talked about it with Georgia Alexander teamed up with who did she play? Oh,
Matea.
Yeah, Matea. I mean, you play with them.
Yeah.
You are
I
so.
played with her. I played with her the other day. She's a terrific player. I mean, again, a much newer player than some of these other players, so she still has some work to do. But she has all the shots, and she has really good instincts for the game. So it's great to see somebody else who can challenge the top players. Here we go. Right away, Hanish finds the hole.
Love 15.
That's Allison Morgan serving. And that was Taya Page hitting the return. She's got some pink going out of that ad court. I noticed Paige and Hanish opted not to wear matching outfits today, Lauren. Did you notice that?
I was just thinking that, how we're so used to them seeing matching with their partners, but I guess because it's they're only temporary partners, they're not matching.
Hanish Page beat Delmonico Gebbia 0-2 in semifinal action. Delmonico Gebbia, looks like they'll be top 8 going into nationals. They don't play as many tournaments as the other top teams on the women's side, and with these up and coming young players, they're gonna have to think about playing more tournaments, because the only way you keep your rankings up are entering more events and earning those ranking points. And that's going to determine seeds as we head toward March. Philly Cricket Nationals.
15 all.
Great roller by Sakura, and Hanish was there. It just happened all so quickly. It zipped out of that nick.
$30-15.
Paige really likes to blitz behind the return. Allison Morgan has a very, very reliable first volley. Not the easiest person to blitz on, but, Paige will keep trying it.
And she had the look. She did everything but make the shot.
$40-15.
Sakura's got her overheads honed in right now.
Yeah, and if her overheads are good, it's going to be tough for Paige. She's going to get a lot of looks out of that ad corner today.
And different looks, because Sakura really mixes them up nicely.
Yeah, but I've got to believe Paige is going to be the target for a lot of the overheads versus, playing Hanish over in that deuce court. I think a lot of it's just going to come from that ad court. And you know, we'll see how Paige does, and I think that she gets better by the event. Just has to have confidence in herself and a little patience, a lot of discipline. Lauren, when Zabori and Hanish play, we always see Anna Zabori take a lot of the overhead. She's the player to the left of her partner at the net a lot. And I'll be curious if
40,
that's
30.
Hanish gets herself and plays more shots from that left spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right, Patty? So far, it doesn't seem like they're looking to switch there.
Deuce.
We'll see. Good return.
Lauren, do you think there's more pressure on one team in this match than the other? Because I kind of feel like there is.
Well, I mean, there's really no pressure on Hanish. And
Advantage,
Paige. I mean,
Hannes Page.
if they don't win, you know, they had a great run. They never played together before. They, you know, they're doing it for the practice and the fun. I mean, Morgan and Sakura are an established team, number
Game,
4 in the
Hannes
country.
Page. They
and
lead the first set, 1 game to love.
theoretically, they should win.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. I mean, you talked about it. They won, you know, the first event of the APTA Tour
Who are you serving?
when it kicked off out of Montclair in October, and they beat Alexander and Elliott in the finals there. But they haven't been back to the winners, you know, in the final circle together since then, Lauren. And for Morgan Sakura, you know, they've averaged about 4 or 5 wins on the APTA Tour the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of feeling like this is a kind of a really important match for them to get it together and perform well.
Yeah, and a tough start after being ahead in that game. And, you know, they have beaten Paige with her partner Lopez, Morgan and Sakura have this season.
Love.
So they're familiar with her. They know how to play her. It's just, you know, it's a totally different story when you play with somebody else. Especially when it's a 3-time national champion.
30, love. Thirty, 15.
Lauren, we have action all night tonight. Ridgewood Country Club, Louisville Claire's home club, and see the fire pit over there on the right side. Although no one's right next to it, I would be right next to it versus freezing on the end. But Louis has run this event for a couple of years. He's got Daniel Blaskow helping him run this event this year. Daniel's a super nice pro out of Summit area with his brother Pablo and Daniel. Were taught a little bit at Beacon Hill and Canoe Brook, and now he's up helping Louisville.
40, 15.
It is kind of funny to see Hanish hitting the overheads out of the ad side. We just don't see it a lot when she plays with Zabori. They switch so quickly and constantly at the net.
Yeah, in Hanish's semifinal win with Paige over Domenico Gebbia, I think Hanish was evidently, according to my reports on ground, lights out.
Yep.
And run a lot of offense from
Like
the
that.
baseline.
Like that.
Game,
Did that a lot.
Honish Page. They lead the first set 2-0.
She was
Wow.
hitting quite a few point-ending overheads like that. It's a great start for Honish and Page.
What do you think? Do Morgan and Sakura have to keep away
15
from
love.
Hanish, or not necessarily, Lauren?
I don't think so. I don't think they do, but I think that they have to clean up their game a little bit here.
See a lot of variety from Sakura's overhead there. Not there because Allison took her ball.
And it worked. It worked. I think
30
she surprised Honish. She surprised Sakura and Honish.
Yep. A little bit of a scary play at times when you throw that ball all the way cross court. You do become
30,
vulnerable to
15.
that cross court lob.
Once again.
30 all.
Smooth play from Paige. She seems very calm, Lauren, and
That was exactly the word I was gonna use. Very calm.
very calm. I stole it from you, sorry.
No.
We're good sharers.
I was happy we were on the same page.
Always.
Get it?
Yes,
Oh
I
gosh,
did.
okay.
Yes, I did. Miss Paget. Yes.
No, that was on the line. Yeah. 40 30.
All right, big point that the umpire switched the call and game point for Sakura Morgan.
A relief for Sakura Morgan, big time. Thought that ball was floating on Allison. That's a great high lob from Paige out of that ad court. I like her defense in the early going here out of that ad court corner. I kind of feel like if she can lob well out of there.
Game, Morgan
will get
Sakura.
so
Honish
many
Page
opportunities
leads
for
the first set 2-1.
That was an important game for Morgan and Sakura to win. Yeah, I mean, you know, kind of like what you were saying about Gebbia and Delmonico not having played a lot of tournaments. Taya Page has played a ton of tournaments this year, and you can really see how her game has grown and how much more comfortable and confident she looks on the court, and it's really paid off.
That's Paige about to serve. You can pick her out because she's got some pink going here today. Paige teaches up at Stanford Yacht Club, born in Croatia. Morgan Sakura kind of taking their time over there, Lauren. Veteran team move here. One at a time, nice and slow.
And they're also just always really good about talking between points and keeping each other pumped up.
15 love.
Taya Page has some nice pop on her serve.
Lauren Taya
30
Page has gotten
love.
herself, top 4 in the country this first year playing with B. Lopez. And you are so impressed with her, and I love that you get to play with her, and you
I
feel
haven't
like
played with her. I haven't played with her in a while, but I have been on the court with her a few times, and
40, love.
yeah, she's, you could tell she was gonna break through.
and she's got the speed, she's got the coordination, the athletic ability, just the racket skills. Matter of learning the tiny little things that make difference in winning paddle matches.
Whoops.
40, 15.
That was a 40 love kind of backhand drive.
What a big serve right there.
See Paige and Hanish keeping those overheads. Not that one, because it was a, whoop! Pass, I was going to say, nice and deep. Not that one. That was a down-up overhead if I ever saw one.
Yep, I think Sakura's couldn't believe that shot she just got.
Yeah, her eyes got wide.
40, 30. Deuce.
See, those 40 love throwaway shots always come back to haunt you.
They do. I absolutely agree. They have to pretend that you don't have a few points to spare because you really don't. And the game of paddle just changes on a dime all the time like that. We've seen a million matches where you're like, oh, if they could have only closed out that game. If you're Morgan and Sakura, I think it just comes down to making them play a lot of balls in the middle, keep them making decisions because they're just a little unfamiliar with them. You know, the coverage at the net, you could see it early in that point a little while ago. And I always think when you have two players who haven't been on the court in a competitive situation like this together, that you've got to test the middle, you know, with drives, with lobs. Test them both and see where there's a little bit of a vulnerable area possibly.
Good move, Allison Morgan. Saw Paige off the net, came in.
I love what Paige did right there to defend that. She dropped back a little bit and then just, you know, blocked the ball back and the point goes on. Sometimes you see players with a little temporary paralysis and they don't do anything and then they just, you know, get handcuffed on that shot.
Advantage, Paige.
Sakura saw them switching and thought she had a moment to hit an offensive overhead there, but too much. Yeah, I imagine this is tricky for Hanish because she's so used to Zabori taking all the overheads when Zabori's on the left side that it probably doesn't even occur to her to take some of these overheads that Paige is leaving.
Good point.
It was out. Advantage, Morgan Sakura. It is? Wait.
I thought it was deuce also.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. All right, good. I had add you.
Yeah, he had it wrong.
Great cutoff from Morgan to hit that little backhand chip kind of low. Great athleticism from Hanish.
Morgan is so good at knowing when to
Advantage,
move
Paige.
forward. It didn't pay off there, but she played a good tactical point.
Well, and that's the thing. Hanish and Paige have such great hands. They're gonna, you know, it's gonna take spectacular shot making to win points here, because all 4 players have great hands.
Yeah, and they all like to blitz, so we're gonna see a lot of exciting points. That time.
Game, Hanish, Paige. They lead the first set 3 games to 1.
Great hold by Paige after being up 40-love, and then a lot of deuces.
Morgan was broken the first, her first serving game to start this match. Beautiful spot from Hanish. I think Sikora's got to start looking for that on that return. Hanish has kind of figured out that spot, to the right of the player standing at the net in between the 2 players. And I think she could look to be a little bit more active there, because I feel like Hanish is on a roll here and feeling it.
Patty, do you think that, having played Hanish so many times, she's protecting against the down the line return? That's why she's not looking for that one.
Yeah, but I feel like percentage-wise, the amount of times these players hit down the line is about 5% of the time.
15.
Where I feel like,
Yes.
with all the, the plays where it's the return and the partner moves in and provides that pressure on that first volley, that, I don't know, looking to be a little more aggressive, cutting some of the shots off before they get to dip low. The first volleyer's forced to hit up, and you might have a blitzer. I don't know, it's kind of a play I like a lot. And when you have a player like me, Lauren, with such a wingspan, I love cutting those balls off. Yep. A little different than your reach.
Yep. Yep. Go on. Me. Ah! Sorry.
Let court never hurts.
15-30.
But Lauren, I'm a fan if I play against people who apply that pressure from the partner of the returner, that I feel like
15-30.
sometimes you have to cut the ball off to kind of negate that pressure, that blitz that they're always looking for.
Yeah. And, I feel like Sikora normally does. Like, she likes to move around up there at the net. So, I'm surprised to see so many of those Hanish returns, or at least several so far. It's still early, go through.
Yep, and that's what I'm saying. If she simply moves over a half a foot, she can easily defend the down the line. Allison's co-director out at the Birchwood Club outside Chicago, and that's where the tour will be headed next week.
30-0.
I am sure we will see Morgan and Sikora playing that event together. That would be my guess.
I would assume greatly.
So she took it right at her, and no reaction really from Sikora, just handled that volley right on her backhand. Lauren, I love watching high-level volleyers out here where they make it look so easy. These balls are ripped at them, and they just hold their paddles still. They set their paddle face,
30-40.
That was an awkward spot, a little bit of a really tough ball to volley right there. But for the most part, they just have such great hands, let the ball, they use their opponent's power. They just set their paddle face and try to volley the ball back deep.
And they don't reach for it. They get their body behind it and, like you said, set their paddle. It looks so simple when you see it executed properly.
And that first volley, I mean, that's the biggest difference in this game when you watch every level of play. The problems with that first volley are huge for most players.
Yeah, they've definitely gotten paged quite a few. I mean, they're hitting some really good overheads in that corner.
And she's got to know on a short lob, she's probably the target and maybe could cheat over and try to block and take some time away from Sakura Morgan a little bit.
Great defense at the blitz there by Sakura, which, like we keep saying, it's going to have to be done in this match.
Yep.
Advantage, Hanish Page.
So frustrating when you get the short ball you've been looking for and you've hit 4 or 5 good shots to finally get the one you want and then you just miss it. But it happens to everybody.
Deuce.
You saw on that point, Hanish saw the ball going towards the net. She called help and ran up the screen. And Page moved to the middle to get it if it came out.
Yeah, Hanish is dialed in. Beautiful returns all day long here. Paige hits it from anywhere, doesn't she, Lauren?
She does.
See what I mean? How she's not really blocking up that corner. I think she could on Sakura, especially when you see Sakura backed up a little bit to hit the overhead. I wouldn't give Sakura just a straight shot at my nick in that ad court. I'd cut it off.
Advantage, Hanish Page.
Great dipping forehand right there.
Yeah, that was tough to handle. It'll be something to watch as this match goes on, whether she starts to block some of those overheads.
Game, Hanish Page. They lead the first
It's rare
set,
that you
4
see Allison
games to
Morgan
1.
not hitting a backhand volley. She got caught there.
Exactly what I was thinking. Hey, Lauren, did you know that volley has thrown over 5 million balls to players working on their game? Don't get left behind. Get your reps in with volley. Whether it's day or night, you're in control of your training. Volley offers world-class training on demand, helping you sharpen your skills and level up your game whenever it fits into your schedule. Ready to join the movement? Start training smarter with volley today. Lauren, shout out to Mike Teague enjoying the action from Crown Point, New York. The Keatings from Ticonderoga. Nothing better than pre-gaming NFL tomorrow with Platform Tennis Today, thanks to the APTA membership for the support of the APTA Tour. We started the season in Montclair. We're going strong all the way every weekend until Bruce Redpath's Philly Nationals. That's what we're calling them now. not the Philly Nationals, not the APTA Nationals, Bruce Redpath's Philly Nationals.
Yeah, that'll be the 20th stop on the tour, the 20th and final.
Yeah, so Honish and Page looking really solid. 2 breaks of serve in the early going here in the first 5 games. And I feel like, okay, now Morgan and Sakura are ready to go. Get those first couple games out of the way and then, find their footing here. Lauren, following this match, I think we're going to stay on. We've got some men's semifinal action coming up.
Yeah.
15, love.
Do we know who we're going to get to watch?
Do we know?
Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know who won. I don't know who won one of the matches.
Okay, I do know. I know that we're gonna get to see Tommy G, Grigorovich, and Jose Salazar, and they are up against Louis, our tournament director, Louis Vauclair, and Anton Prosenko. Got through. They had a good, really solid win over Green and Mandel. Mandel 4-3 in quarterfinal play earlier, and nothing's better than Louis under the lights here at Ridgewood Country Club.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Look at us, Patty. I'm looking
30,
forward to
love.
great paddle all evening with you.
Oh yeah, likewise.
Looks like Sakura's just had enough of getting blitzed on and is just going to take the
30,
net away
15.
immediately.
Lauren, a year ago I didn't really know of Paige too much, and I look at the APTA Cup standings for the women. We know we have our country's #1 team, Ellison,
40,
Elliott and Burris at the top
15.
of it. Ellie Hallballer is number 3. Hanisch is number 4, looking to make a move here this weekend. Zabori's 5. And then tied for 6th and 7th, Lopez and Page. That tells you how good they are and how good Page is.
Yeah, I mean, they've been to 3 finals this season. They lost twice to Hanisch and Zabori, and they won 1, and it's well-deserved.
Game, Honish, Page. They lead the first set 5-1.
And right now they're having everything their way. These two.
And that was a great overhead right there. I mean, Allison got caught, Morgan got caught, and really the overhead was perfectly placed where she had no option. She couldn't let it go through.
15,
That's all you need to do.
love.
Hit her in the foot. I wonder what it took to take out Allison. Now we know.
Yeah, just wide. 15, all.
Sometimes with Morgan Sakura, we've seen them
Yeah,
a
it's
little
wide on
slow out of the gate, Lauren, it seems.
15, 30.
And this would not be an exception to that rule
but
now.
they win a lot of 3-set matches. So, even if they lose this one, stay tuned.
For sure.
Paige really has that forehand drive dialed into Allison Morgan's right hip. She's making that, see right there. She's making that a tough volley.
Right, and when this match started, we're both probably thinking, okay, who's it going to come down to, this match, the outcome of the match? Taya Page was what I was thinking about. I knew what Sakura and Morgan would bring to the table. I knew what Flor Hanisch brings to the table. And, Page has
30,
to win.
all.
Of course, I just cursed her, and she missed that easy shot for her.
After she showed her speed by getting to that cutter.
Hey, Lauren, how about a shout out to Big E from Pro Flight Paddle? Evan handles it all. It's really like he's a one-man show with like 13 arms, I think, when you watch him in action, and no matter what happens, maybe even loss of power, Big E knows how to respond. Thanks, Evan.
Yeah, stays calm. Oof, there's a forehand.
That's you. It's good, it's good. Watch. Okay.
30-40.
Okay, Patty, set point.
Yep.
Deuce.
One thing, for people when you're watching this at home, obviously, and you see the returners of serve these women all possessed, and they don't miss because they're always putting the ball where they're aiming for the middle or they're just picking a target on the player at the net. You're seeing no misses on returns, and I think that's a great lesson that the
You knew she would
No.
miss that.
Advantage
I was
You knew
Sakura.
unsure. I'm
I
like,
wanted
oh,
to bet you $1 million she was going to miss after I started
I
saying
wouldn't
that.
have taken the bet.
That's right. Timing is everything. But to the point, I mean,
Yeah.
just no, you watch these women, very few first volley errors, very few
Deuce.
return to serve errors. And club level players, when you're at home, keep one more ball in play. That's the key. Get one back, get it to the other side of the net, make one more, and that's how you improve your level, lower your PTI after you practiced with the volley machine. It's as simple as that. Not so simple, Lauren. I'm only kidding.
I know. But, and part of that is that first volley is positioning. I mean, you saw Sakura. She came and straddled the middle, and the drive came right onto her paddle.
And see, Paige went big and went right at Sakura. Sakura handled it, no big deal. And that's what I like about Paige when she unloads.
Advantage.
She's going
Hannes
at a target.
Page.
Set point number 2.
Really good serve up the middle from Sakura there. Trying to avoid that forehand.
Game. Hannes Page. They win the first set.
Well,
6 games
that
to
was
1.
quite a display of paddle from Hanish and Page, and we'll see if Sakura and
ball,
Morgan
ladies.
have any answers in the second set. And we will be back in just a moment after these messages right
Nice
here on
warm
the
with the hand
APTA YouTube channel presented by ProFlight.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
Love 30.
Welcome back to the APTA Tour. We're here at the Ridgewood Classic with this final round match between Florentina Hanish and Taya Page and Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sakura. Hanish and Page won the first set 6-1, and Morgan and Sakura are now serving up 30-love in the first game of the second set. Or love 30, I should say. They're not serving, they're returning.
Okay, so you have an earbud in Morgan Sikora's ears right now, Coach. Coach
Yep.
Mandel, what are you
Yeah.
going to tell him?
I would say stop pressing. I felt like Sikora really started to try to take it to them in the last 2 games of the first set, and was just making too many errors because she was looking for shots that weren't
Love
there. That was
40.
a great move. Look, I would be shocked if the second set is a comprehensive of a beatdown as the first set was. Morgan and Sikora are too good of a team, and they just have to play within themselves some more.
When you
15-40.
say pressing, how do you
Yeah.
stop pressing?
Well, I think that Sikora needs to go back to a little bit playing more basic, basic ABC paddle. She was
30-40.
blitzing and coming in and hitting all kinds of, overhitting her overheads, and she should just slow down and, well, there's a good blitz. Slow down and go back to basics a little bit, and then add in the other shots. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. They just don't seem like they have a tempo in this match yet. Like, nothing's coming easy to them yet.
Yeah, that's in great part because of the excellent play of their opponents.
Oh, yeah. Paige and Hanish are giving them nothing. No freebies. Really low error rate.
Except for when you made Hanish miss the return to serve.
Exactly. So who should I jinx next?
Right.
Let me think about this. See, I feel like Hanish and Paige are in lockdown mode. We talk about that. They're not willing to make a mistake here. They're playing super high percentage match. And I guess that's causing, Sikora and Morgan to press a little bit possibly. And I don't see Hanish and Paige backing down at all here.
No. Oh, there's the block that we talked about. Blocking the Sikora shot going right into the net.
Yeah. And I'd like her to do that if Sikora's pushed back a little bit around the service line and even close to the middle of the court. Take away any chance she has of getting a nick in there.
I know it's early, but I feel like this is a really big point. Ooh.
Game Morgan Sikora. They lead the second set 1-0.
Yeah, I feel like it was important for Morgan and Sikora to win that point and win that game. They played a really well-disciplined, good game, and they need to get on the board and get going here.
Yeah, and I think they had a couple shots there in that game in the middle. I'm a fan of using the middle. I think you know that. And I think Hanish is doing a great job of the deuce court. Paige is doing a great job in the ad court. So this is like where I like them using the middle, hitting some overheads low, testing their teamwork on the baseline, and because I just feel like Paige and Hanish they're sitting they're very comfortable in each of their respective corners. There's nothing Morgan and Sikora are doing right now that's making them feel anything. They're totally comfortable.
Love
Yes.
15.
They do look exceedingly comfortable. That's just a big,
Love
heavy
30.
forehand, and Morgan's moving while trying to hit that, and it's just hard to handle.
Lauren, at the completion of this match, will we have an interview or will we just keep going and go right into the men's semifinal action? Have you been told
Love
that from
40.
our production team?
No.
Okay.
Game Hannes Page. Games are 1-1 second set.
This is what we expected.
Nice backhand drive, Morgan.
Yeah, I just want more points to go deeper into the point here. And I think that's what you're saying. Morgan and Sakura, you know, the longer the point goes on, clearly it's going to favor them, I think.
I agree. I love that little backhand shot from Morgan. She slides low and
Love
makes the volleyer
15.
hit up. I mean, it's beautiful when she executes it like she did there. Right. I mean, I don't think Morgan and Sakura have to panic and go out of their game to try to do something extra. I think that they can certainly stay in this match by playing what made them one of the top teams in the country. It's not time to hit the panic button.
Yeah, it's such a fine line with your Morgan Sakura where you have your plays that you're used to, you know your movements off each other's return of serves, but none of it has really produced many points at this point. So it's really a matter of them hanging in here and just letting some time go by, just getting more and more shots in play, feeling a little bit more comfortable. Beautiful rip from Morgan out of that ad court. You know, where you maybe get Paige or Hanish to kind of lose focus just for one shot and just lay an overhead up there that's a little too easy for them to, you know, pounce on.
This point's a great example. They handled all those rollers from Paige. They're playing, see, and then they got a little indecision in the middle.
Love 30.
But that was a long point, and that's what they're going to have to be willing to do, is to stay out here and grind it out.
Love 30.
I mean, it was a pretty fast first set, so sometimes I always found when I was on the opposite, you know, the lopsided end of that, or a bad first set, I always just thought, I got to do everything I can to spend the next 20 minutes just getting back in this match and not missing, trying to go lock down myself, work on lobbing, work on better lobbing placement, you know, and just sort of letting some time go by sometimes.
Yeah, and in addition, I mean, it's a cliche, but it's true in that when you're playing, you know, a good team and you win the first set 6-0 or 6-1,
15-40.
as quickly as that first set was, sometimes it's hard to keep it up because as soon as they start making some more shots, you're used to getting free points, and when suddenly you're not, it's harder to concentrate on how you're going to win. So, you know, Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sakura are doing a good job here of taking the lead in the second set. And,
Game Morgan,
you know,
Sakura, they
they're
lead the
getting
second
a few
set
more
2
free
games
points
to
from their
1.
opponents.
Yeah, their luck could turn because Griffin Kramer is back. You know, so when Griffin is not in that chat room, I'm a little worried about Morgan Sakura's performance. But when he's there, they do much better, and he's back now, so that bodes well for Morgan Sakura. Hey, Lauren, do you know we have a couple birthdays in the paddle world this week? I'd like to give a shout out to a few of them. Kieran Kadvana. I mean, what a guy. Married to the APTA president for 6 years. His biggest present, he got it when she just finished and was replaced by Damien. He's an amazing number 2 and really helped Tiernan give such incredible effort toward the APTA. Kieran's a great guy. Got to meet him up on Lake Champlain this summer. Happy birthday, Kieran. Pat Shallcross and Max McDonald from Canoebrook have birthdays this week. Marshtown Field Club's Matt Delaney, the one and only Vicky Stoklasova, Hall of Famer, and Sebi Bredberg out in California. Happy birthday, Sebi.
And today's my daughter's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to your daughter.
Thank you.
I can see you're not spending her birthday with.
No, we celebrated last night. She wanted to be with her friends tonight.
Yeah, you can't get it. That's what it's going to be, Lauren. You know that.
I think Paige thought that might go out. Great lob.
Great
Love
spot.
15.
right there from Morgan Sikora. You didn't really see them shift. They kind of got stuck pretty flat-footed, and I think instead of Morgan reaching, a foot to her left to volley that, getting Sikora to make a play, Hanish likes to see that happen, I think.
And I think, that's one of the disadvantages for Morgan Sikora with this playing Paige and Hanish. When Hanish plays with Sabori, she never hits that shot because Sabori's always taking that ball to hit a forehand. So she literally never hits it. I wonder how many drives off the backhand Hanish hits in a match. And she's hit a whole bunch today. They're not used to seeing it.
Lauren, you're so choked up over Kieran Cavanagh's birthday and your daughter's birthday. Are you okay?
I am.
Okay.
Love, 30.
Lauren, we mentioned Birchwood next weekend, then Short Hills the following weekend, the last Grand Prix of the APTA season. I expect all the stars to be out that weekend with their regular
15-30.
parents who they potentially will be playing nationals with.
Yeah, that'll be a big one. I don't think Hanish meant to make it that
15-40.
close, but works.
Lauren, perfect night for platform tennis here in Paramus, New Jersey, Ridgewood Country Club. Boston would have loved this weather last Saturday night. Unfortunately, we had the rain, we had to postpone matches, but Boston did a great job. Always one of the favorite stops of all the players and spectators on the APTA Tour.
Thirty, 40.
Big point. Morgan and Sikora want to be very deliberate about how they play it. They just discussed it with each other. Well, that takes care of that.
Game, Hanish Page. Games are 2-all, second set.
What a rip on that return to serve. She's the human forehand over there out of that ad court.
Yeah, she's not a big person, but she really packs a big punch in her shots. They're very heavy.
All right, Floor Hanish to serve. Charlotte Sikora hitting the return out of that deuce court. It's Allison Morgan in the blue royal blue pants on the far side, and with the pink, Taya Page.
Fifteen, love.
Lauren, did you know that when Tiernan and Kieran watch paddle, they have matching outfits? And usually Kieran picks out the outfits.
I've heard that.
I mean, can you imagine the watch parties for nationals?
$30, love.
We're having some good success with those little waterfall overheads.
30, 15.
Yes.
40, 15.
That was a great shot Hanish just hit. The ball went to her backhand and she kind of set her paddle really early. And you just couldn't tell if she was going to lob or keep that ball low. And she kept the ball low and forced the volley error out of Morgan.
She kept it low and there was no pace on it. Got her. Good volley.
40,
Sakura.
30.
And see, that's the ball from
40-30.
Hanish. You know, the ball was tracking cross court right toward that player to the right, which this case was Sakura. And you saw, you know, we'd seen a Sakura volley error earlier on it reaching, and I think Morgan Sakura, when they play well, they move their feet, they get in really good position ahead of time, and then they don't make reaching volley errors. And I think any team to come back in a match, you gotta just keep making more and more of those volleys. You just can't afford volley errors here at the top level.
I also think Morgan and Sakura are getting accustomed somewhat to the blitz from Paige. Almost had it. Great shot by Morgan.
Deuce.
So they're looking for it. So they're getting caught by it fewer times. All right, good effort by the Morgan Sakura to get back to deuce here.
I told you it's because of Griffin Kramer back watching in the chat room. It's the game changer for Morgan Sakura.
Advantage, Hanish.
Would have been a great time for Allison to open her paddle way up and maybe hit a lob volley right there. That volley got down low on her quickly, and a little volley error. Just not used to that from Allison Morgan.
No, she's really an incredibly reliable and technically sound volleyer. Again.
Game, Hanish Page. They lead the second set 3-2. They won the first.
Lauren Corian is the official wealth sponsor of the APTA's 24-25 season. They're so excited to partner with the APTA because whether as advisors to our members or as members themselves, they were already part of the APTA community. Learn more at www.corian.com, the official wealth sponsor of the APTA. All right, Hanish Page up 6-1, first set, 3-2. Better second set here in Morgan Sakura, getting into longer points. You know, that's what we think about with Morgan Sakura, kind of grinding these points out, and that's what they're gonna have to do right now, grind big time, because Hanish and Page are playing exceptionally well.
Couple more backhand drives from Hanish. She made that, huh?
Love, 15.
Yeah, she did.
Not much you can do about that, right? That's just too good.
Don't hit it there.
Don't hit. Well, that's correct.
You can't let Paige just get a crack on her forehand, you know, taking a half a step.
Yeah, I keep the deck drives to Paige's forehand to a minimum.
And that's why I would use the middle more. I'd go a little bit over that APTA banner right up the middle of the court, in between the two volley ones. Let them have a little discussion back there. Let Hanish and Paige have to kind of choose who's playing the shots. Because I think Paige is she's doing a great job of handling that ad court today and that ad corner. And you can see she's feeling it. She's like, she wants to hit the next ball.
She's looking for it. Oh, again, Patty.
15 all.
The curse.
Jeez.
It's 5:30, not
Okay,
4:30.
fine. I'm not saying
It's not
anything
4:30.
anymore. That's
No, it's
it.
5:30. Five all.
That was a much
30,
needed
15.
left court service winner for Morgan and Sakura.
Forty, 15.
And you know, with Sakura staying back, sometimes that really, it takes the target away from the returner. And
40, 30.
miss the serve, and it makes it harder to hit the return. You saw Paige miss a return. I don't think we've seen her miss any returns. Wow, another one.
Game, Morgan, Sakura. Games are 3-all, second
That's all
set.
it takes to win a game, Patty, is 2 left court service winners. No problem.
That's right. Hey, Lauren, we talked about a lot of birthdays last week in January, but you know what happens on February 1st?
What?
I'm sure some people have birthdays, but it's really when sign-ups begin for Team Nationals. First weekend in April, Mike Raleigh is running the show for the guys out in Chicagoland, hosted by the Exmoor Club. Greg Morgan's going to host it out of Canoebrook in New Jersey for the women.
15, love.
Get your team of 6 or 7 or 8 players within a bandwidth of about 15 PTI points and sign up for Team Nationals. Really the biggest event our sport has to offer, and it is so much fun. I'm lucky to be involved in that event because I love seeing so many happy players, and the team format was a brilliant idea by the APTA a couple of years back, and it's just grown into the greatest event in our sport. It possibly is even greater than Bruce Redpath's Nationals.
And speaking of Nationals, Nationals are begin on Thursday, March 6th. The first time it's going to begin on a Thursday, and end Saturday night with a big party and the finals under the lights
15-all.
in Philly. So sign up for that too.
Uh-oh, Lauren, I was wrong. It's not February 1st that the signups open up. February 3rd. My fact checker named Amin just informed me that it starts actually on the 3rd. That's the signups.
Yeah, it's a super, super fun thing to do, Nationals.
I mean, you played, Lauren, in how many national championships did you get to play in as a player, would you say, for you?
That's a really excellent question. I don't know, maybe 6?
Gotcha. Do you have a favorite nationals?
Jeez.
30, 15.
I didn't mean
No.
to put you on the spot, Lauren.
No, I don't think I do. I liked all of them. I mean, I didn't like I liked the ones that I did better in, but no. I look, Nationals is the premier event in our sport, and it's always so much fun to have everybody there and all the fun things that go along with it, the parties and so I enjoyed my time at all of them. And Team Nationals I think I enjoyed even more because it's so much fun to have a team.
That's a great party.
40, 15.
I mean, it's not about the party mostly, but for Team Nationals, it kind of is.
Oh goodness.
40,
We would like
30.
that one back.
Yep, she saw an opening. She wanted to sneak it past Allison in that ad corner, not to be.
Okay, still game point.
see Morgan and Sakura, no rush to get back to their normal size apparently here. You know, give them a different look here, and don't you kind of feel like we got to get Sakura into this match a little bit more, Lauren?
I mean,
Deuce.
that was just a great move by Allison Morgan. I think Sakura's trying. I think that's, why she's blitzing and coming in and coming back, and she's just got to get something to sort of spark her.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I've seen that spark come out of that switch on the baseline, and she gets some free swinging shots out of that ad court.
Deuce.
I'm so glad I didn't say what I was going to say.
I know. I was thinking it. She has really served really well. I mean, I feel sorry badly if she misses this one now, but she has served extremely well, and that was no
Advantage,
exception.
Paige.
This is a huge game, Patty, don't you think?
Absolutely. She brought it big. She knows, she goes big. That was deep. I mean, right in the corner of the service box, forced the error out of Hanish, which is no easy thing to do.
Game, Hanish, Paige. They lead the second set 4-3.
Making me nervous, and right, that was just not a high
New
percentage
ball, ladies.
blitz.
New ball.
Well, I think that I don't mind the look, but you got to know when to not swing. And that ball was down by Sakura's feet, and she's just got to let that ball go. I love it. When you're looking for the blitz, it doesn't mean you have to hit the ball. It means you have to hit the high ball. But if the one's low at your feet, that's the one that takes a lot of discipline to let go through, and confidence that your partner will be there to throw up a lob and kind of cover for you.
And don't you think the best blitzers are also the most disciplined ones who are because it's very easy when you're blitzing and it's all exciting and you just kind of stick your paddle out to hit whatever you can hit. But the best blitzers are the ones who know the right balls to take.
New ball.
And then I think that's the thing, and where I see the separation in players is those who have that absolute understanding of what the situations are. When a ball goes there, what opening does that now create for your team? And, playing the game a shot or two ahead, thinking about those openings that the next shot's going to create, and then, having your shots be kind of dictated by that process versus it being a physical, just a reactive type of response, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Love 15.
Extra information, and Hanish Hanish took what they gave her. They gave her the straight ahead shot, and she put it off speed so that she was certain she was going to make the return. Just, forced Morgan to volley up and didn't execute.
Oh.
See, I like Sakura's move there. She actually went pretty early, and Paige, I think note to self.
Saw her. Yeah.
Note to self. On the toss of Morgan, Sakura took off. And that would be a great time for her to go right up the line herself on her next return to serve. If she knows Sakura is looking to be active here, which I feel like Sakura is, sometimes players need that physical nature to some points to kind of loosen up mentally and physically.
15-30.
Okay, these are danger moments here for Morgan and Sakura. I think Sakura's moving on this one.
I think she's going to hold steady. I got a lucky guess there.
Oh, boy, Morgan thought that was going wide. What a get. I don't know how she got it. She let it go.
Lauren, the questions come up. Let's say you want to sign up for APTA Team Nationals and you have a player who doesn't have enough matches in to actually have an accurate PTI. Did you know that you can play practice matches, Lauren? I wouldn't call you up as a practice match and hope to improve my PTI because you might crush me. But, you know, practice matches count, tournament matches count. If you really want to, you know, you got to get out there and play. And the more you play, better you're going to position yourself.
15-40.
And that's, you only improve with competition, I think, in platform tennis. So get some practice matches in and get a PTI and jump on a team.
2 points here for 5-3. She missed it.
Wow.
Game, Hanish Page. They lead the second set 5-3.
You know, that looks like a bad error, and some of it is just because, you know, like we were saying, don't give Paige a easy ball off the deck to hit, and so Morgan tried to hit her overhead too precisely and missed
Love,
it. I mean,
15.
a lot of the errors that Morgan and Sakura are making are coming from the excellent play of Hanish and Paige. They're forcing these errors.
All.
It just kind of feels like nothing's going their way. There's just no easy point that they're getting off of Hanish and Paige in this match.
That is true.
I'll do this. Yes.
30-15.
I think Morgan and Sakura look flabbergasted that Hanish drove that ball.
Yeah,
they did not expect it.
They're getting a different look from her than when she played Zabori.
Yep, you said it earlier. That was spot on, Lauren.
They play so many times that they're so used to the patterns from Hanish Zabori, and this is a very different Hanish.
30 all.
Right here. Let's go. This. Yes.
30,
Okay,
40.
opening for Morgan Sakura.
This. Yes.
You know, I feel like the depth of Paige and Hanish's overheads and volleys, it's just kept Morgan and Sakura pretty deep in the court. And I feel like when they do get like the look they want on a drive that they really can pummel, Paige and Hanish are just standing there waiting for it.
I agree completely.
You're an agreeable kind of woman, aren't you, Lauren?
I'm not sure, but
Would your kids say that?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure they would. Again, how many stars do you give Paige in this match, Lauren? A lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's nice to see her play so well. Got a little lucky there. That's
Deuce.
and she's played, I mean, she and Lopez together, they've played so many matches this year against Morgan Sakura, against Hanish Sabori, against Burris Elliott. She's used to seeing the top players and
Wide.
playing against them and compete
Advantage,
well
Morgan
against them.
Sikora.
That was a really well-placed return of serve from Sikora out of that deuce court, just handcuffed Paige at the net. Got the volley error. Break point on Hanish here. Wow, what a great volley behind
get.
Sikora. Yeah.
Forget, Allison Morgan is sneaky fast. All right.
Game, Morgan
shots
Sikora.
for Sikora.
Hanish
and
Page lead the
5-4,
second set
and
5 games
it's
to
not over
4,
yet.
and they won the first.
Kind of surprised that that overhead Hanish just hit to Sikora right there. You know, Sikora hasn't been playing the deuce court over in the ad court, but Hanish has played Sikora. We all have seen Sikora, you know, play so many times. We know she loves that two-handed backhand, and
Yes,
when she
she
can
does.
kind of reach for that ball, she's got an incredible stroke. All right. Lauren, have you retied your sneakers here for this important game?
Yes, I'm all ready. I will not trip.
All right, Charlotte Sikora to serve. It's Flora Hanish hitting the return out of the deuce court.
Love 15.
A little long.
Hanish is doing a great job when she moves to her right, covering that ball and getting that ball to dip. I think Sikora needs to maybe think about serving into her body.
15 all.
And good things happen, right? I mean, the ball's coming hard at you. You set your backhand paddle there and get right behind it, and maybe you'll get a left cord dribble over the net winner.
15-30.
Looked like veteran teamwork there. But, you know, that's the confidence Paige has in Hanish's ability to get that ball down, and Hanish has a lot of faith in Paige's ability to come through and, you know, pick off that, make that first volley, make that volley, that sitter up there. Following the completion of the women's finals, men's semifinal action featuring the most entertaining pro, I think, anywhere in the paddle world. Louis Vauclair will be on court.
30 all.
That time with the backhand drive.
But I love the rip. I mean, that was kind of fun. I love seeing Hanish go for it.
It's funny to me every time. I'm just so not used to it.
Just deep, just deep.
Okay,
30,
match
40.
point.
Yeah, just that pressure on this drives from Hanish Page throughout this match. Just really broken down the phenomenal volleying team of Morgan Sikora, it seems, Lauren. Wow. Great little lift on that awkward ball. Paige is showing so much composure here, Lauren. So impressed.
Deuce.
Did you like that backhand rip?
Sure, she aired 2 out. She's still up, 6-1-5-4. 40 all.
backup from Sakura.
Advantage Sakura.
Okay, Patty, we may not be leaving this match just yet.
It just feels like a switch just moved a little bit in this match. And you know, Hanish is hitting, working on her shots. We talked about that earlier. I think if I'm Morgan Sakura here, would I rather face a forehand from Paige or a backhand from Hanish? I'll take Hanish.
Game Morgan Sakura. Games are 5-all. Second set.
Well, it's
But
the curve.
yes, you know, I know where you were going, and I happen to really agree with you. But
Yeah, we didn't think Paige was going to blow one like that. I guess she is human after all.
no, and certainly not right while you were in the middle of making your point.
Exactly. Hey, you know, when you're an announcer, you've got to be used to being wrong. All right, so 5-all finals from Ridgewood, Paramus, New Jersey. Ridgewood Classic.
She read it. Sakura read it. She just
15 love.
didn't exactly time it properly.
I know how she feels.
You'd really have to jump.
I didn't know. A pogo stick, is that what it's called, Lauren?
Yeah.
To propel my, yeah. I didn't look for that move much. Oh, I thought that was a little bit long. She went big.
And that time, Sakura gets the best of
15-all.
Paige.
Is that ball going out?
The volley?
Yeah, the one Paige just put her paddle on. I wonder if that ball was going to stay in. I have no idea.
I don't know, but I don't think she could get out of the way.
Really good serve again.
The return too.
Mm-hmm.
Sakura's definitely driving better.
She made a great,
30,
she hit that
15.
two-handed backhand, followed it in. She had to let that ball go through. Just let Allison hit the next shot. I love the pressure that she's putting on, but then when you're forced to volley up from around your sneakers, that doesn't work well often.
You saw that Allison just gave her a little hug. Sort of saying, you know, good try, keep it going.
Forty, 15.
I don't think that Morgan Sakura want
40,
want this
15.
tempo though. They're you know, they got back to 5-all, now they got to slow it down again.
I like the switch. I like Sakura coming in out of that ad court at this point in the match. I feel like she's
40,
feeling it.
30.
Calling out the blitz there.
Yeah, you see Sakura just wanting, she's fighting to get it, to get a touch in this point here from the baseline.
Game, Hanish Page. They lead the second set 6-5.
Good game. I'm excited to see what happens in the next one. These are all really entertaining points.
Yeah, it's such a nice, high level of play. I mean, these women are so good. Even their misses, they look good at times, which is an amazing thing to me, Lauren. You know you're really good when your misses look good.
Yeah, and you know, so often you think the point's over, but they're all quick. Get all these balls, even in this very, very cold weather.
See Paige Hanish out there fighting, really thinking about what's going to happen next. And to your point, Sakura Morgan, they got it back, they got it close. They still have to control the tempo. Maybe, and you think it's slowing it down a little bit.
Yeah, I just think when the points get, you know, bam, 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 I don't think it's favoring them. But I think when they're judiciously, you know, blitzing and making the right move, then it's great. But I just don't think when they're getting into a, you know, speeded up battle with these guys, they're coming out ahead.
They're more like boom chaka boom versus boom boom boom, right? I think.
Back to the deuce court.
Lauren, I'd really be in trouble if I forgot to mention one more birthday. My older sister Ann's birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, yes, you would.
15-love.
Happy almost birthday, Ann. It's a good thing for those calendar reminders, Lauren.
They're very helpful.
Yeah, one just popped up.
Patty, you have so many brothers and sisters. You can't possibly remember everyone's birthday.
That's right. I just kind of one a month. I just know I better be on the lookout.
Great volleys from Morgan.
$30-love.
Yeah, I mean, you see when they make these points longer, Morgan and Sakura, and they're so solid at the net, Hanish and Paige are pressing a little bit. Both these first 2 points.
Are you with me that I think it comes down to their volleying, getting better, deeper balls, fewer errors? I feel like Hanish and Paige are bringing a lot of offense in this match, and they just Morgan Sakura made an uncharacteristic number of volley errors. I thought.
Well, they possibly have cleaned it up just in time.
Exactly. And again, every match Sakura and Morgan think about, I think they always think they're playing 3 sets no matter what.
They do seem to play 3 sets a whole lot. They just like being out on the court.
For sure.
Solid volleying this game.
Oh yeah, the wall. Morgan Sakura wall is back.
40-love.
You know, the wall at the net that you often see. Good shifting, footwork, bodies lined up, their paddles and the ball. You're not seeing any reaching, so that means I think their positioning is improving. Great spot from Paige, just ripping that
40,
return up the middle.
15.
Still 2 more game points.
Hmm. Really good spot again from Hanish. See, Paige has a lot of variety with her grips, so that gives her the variety
40,
on the
30.
overheads, Lauren. You know, when these players want to develop new shots, you've got to make grip
Yep.
changes. A lot of
Yep.
people are reluctant to do that at the club level, but you don't get the benefit of some of these spins unless you move your grips.
Yeah, they're reluctant to do it because it's hard, but it can be done and it can be learned.
Get out there, take a lesson, and then get on the volley machine. No excuses, Lauren. I still, with Paige's forehand in her range, I would love to see her still go over a little to her left on the baseline. And don't let Morgan Sikora get as many balls into her corner.
That was a really
Deuce.
incredibly placed lob by Hannah. Jeez. To Deuce. Great fighting back from Anish Page. Morgan Sikora didn't give them any of those 3 points.
No.
Advantage, Hanish Page.
Good off-speed drives here from Hanish and Page, keeping the pressure on, just not going for too much.
Wow! 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 I was sure
Deuce.
Hanish had Sikora there. Amazing hands and
That was crazy good.
just a great play by Charlotte Sikora to stay in this match.
Advantage,
Only.
Hanish Page.
Only to be beaten by a left court return to serve.
Mm. Floor's like, okay, how about you drive this return? I think she's going to.
Really like that lob over, that Hanish hits over Morgan's left shoulder. anything to get the ball out of that corner.
Yep, she's doing a great job just grinding.
She's going to be dizzy after this point.
She's not the only one.
Yeah, I mean, that was
Deuce.
really what Sakura and Morgan have to do. I mean, she had to come up with so many difficult gets that one of them was eventually gonna be too much.
Laurie mentioned we have men's semifinal action coming up. Our semifinals are set on the we've
Advantage,
got David,
Morgan Sakura.
Pardo, DeAndre. They've come through their match over Lalich and Stoich, and they come up in their semis against Benkheim and Friedrich. On the top half of the draw, the match we'll see soon. Krasenko, Vauclair up against tournament number 1 seed, Grigorovic and Salazar.
We might not see it so soon.
Well, not soon. Within the next 3 hours.
Yes, I'll give you that. Ooh.
Game, Morgan Sakura. Games are 6-all, second set.
Incredible fight from Morgan Sakura. Tremendous credit to them, and now we get to see a tiebreaker.
What a grind set that was for Morgan Sakura. Kudos to them. Just really a flat first set for them, and stellar play from Hanish and Page. Didn't give them anything, and Morgan Sakura do what we've always seen them do. They just find a way, fight themselves back into it. Hanish serving to start the tiebreaker.
And you know, Hanish and Page have to be careful. They had a couple match points. That second match point, it looked like the match was over, but Sakura came up with an amazing shot.
1-0.
And they have to be careful to keep their intensity up here, or they're going to be starting a third set in a few minutes. Now we'll get to see the no.
2-0.
We'll get to see Page fighting those balls off in the corner from this view.
Hanish was a roaming a little too far that time, and you know, you don't see her do that. Kind of got out of position. I think just a little uncertain where Page was, and kind of reached for that volley and didn't make it. Sakura Morgan, slight breathing room up 2-0 in the tiebreaker. Yep. Very slight, but a little bit.
Tightened up their game so much, Morgan Sakura, that now Hanish and Page are trying to figure out how they're going to win their points. They're not getting any points off of drives anymore, and they're not getting so many points off the blitz.
It's all about sticking those volleys, Lauren.
It is.
John Oliva agrees. He's watching, enjoying the action from Addison, Vermont. Yeah,
One
you knew that
serving
overhead.
three.
That
Too
hard
juiced off that.
overhead.
Yeah, off that second panel on the back screen. Dangerous against these women.
1-3. 1-3.
Umpire Derek Yost all over the score of the tiebreak.
Oh,
4-1.
great scrambling by Morgan Sikora to stay in that point. They were rewarded. Paige tried to really go big with that roller.
Lauren, I know something that happens on February 1st.
Do tell.
That's the signups for Junior Nationals. That's when it begins.
That's
It'll
why
be-
that date was in your
That's
head.
why. Yeah. First Saturday in March, Junior Nationals hosted out of Canoebrook Country Club. And every club in the area. They're great sponsors. Can't even tell you the support we get from the entire paddle community to pull off an amazing Junior Nationals. Greg Morgan does a
5-1.
great job organizing it. And holy cow, what a turnaround. Morgan Sikora up 5-1. Second set tiebreaker here, Lauren.
Holy cow is right.
I wonder if Allison's daughter is old enough to sign up for Junior Nationals yet. Maybe not. Not yet, but watch out in a couple more
2
years.
serving 5. 2-5.
Lauren, did you know anybody can sign up for Junior Nationals? As long as you play, you join the APTA, you can jump in the national championships for Saturday in March.
It's great. Yes. That was a tough volley.
I think Sikora went through there just so she could get back over on that ad court side.
A whole slew of set points. This is
2-6,
why paddle
serving
can
over
really
here.
just rip your heart out, right? You're Honish and Page, you're going along, you have a couple match points, you think you've won it. I mean, and
2-6.
And now we're going to be all even, and all credit to Morgan Sikora if they close out the set here. They just kept hanging in there.
Might have saved one there.
May have. Whoop.
What a great spot for that lob from Hanish right there.
6-3. We got to switch. Switch, ladies.
You know, and kind of Hanish saw a spot. You know, I think Sikora and Morgan have battled back in with improved positioning, and we talked about their volleys. But right there, they hadn't really shifted ahead of time, and then all of a sudden, that lob went up. and a lot that didn't need to be that confusing was very confusing. Hanish spotted that, hit the perfect spot. Paige is playing this like she's been playing the game for a decade, Lauren.
It is very impressive.
Anticipation movement from Hanish right there.
Game, tiebreak, and set.
Second
Morgan
set.
Sakura.
Morgan and Sakura.
Sets are 1-all.
We will be back with a third set in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel presented by ProFlight.
I'll be right back, Lauren.
Me too.
Is that okay? Is it right here?
I'm not sure. Hey guys.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
Welcome back to the APTA Tour. We're live from Ridgewood Country Club in Paramus, New Jersey, bringing you women's final action with amazing set played, rock solid second set from Morgan Sakura to come back in this match. Hanish and Paige won that first set 6-1, and Murphy and Morgan and Sakura really steadied themselves out, improved their volleying, won that second set in a tiebreaker, Lauren, and here we have a third set, what everybody was kind of hoping for. We always love for teams to come back and battle, and an awesome display of women's paddle out here.
It's you know, I mean, it's just amazing, right? I mean, Hanish and Paige, they were flawless in the first set. They They played so beautifully, and Morgan and Sakura couldn't get anything going. They were uncharacteristically missing volleys and just having all kinds of trouble figuring out how to win points. In the second set, they just kind of hung around, and they started to find their way. They got down 5-3, but they hung in there and stopped missing volleys completely. They just stopped missing them. And they started to really, really hone in on their overheads and the placement of their overheads, and they got down 2 match points, and they fought off those on incredibly tough, well-played points, and then they got ahead in the tiebreaker and ran with it. So we're all tied up, and Hanish and Paige have to regroup, forget about it. It's a 1-set match now, and let's see who's better.
Yeah, and I think the duration of this match is going to force us probably pick up semifinal action with the men, once the match is underway here. This 3 sets is, you either have a choice. Do you hold all the players up, Lauren, or do you let them go and start, finishing up the matches? And we know these men's semis could be 3 or 4 hours long. So everybody's got to get underway.
Yeah, it's tough when it's the last match of the day, and they all want to get started.
I know. I thought one of us was going to be headed out there for an on-court interview there, but no, we have 3 sets here from Ridgewood in the women's final. Speaking of volleyers, there's someone who volleys like no one else I've ever seen on the planet. That would be Glens Falls Country Club's very own Grant Gettner. If you've ever seen Grant play paddle, you wouldn't forget, Lauren. But he's a big fan of live streaming and listening to you.
Well, thanks, Grant.
There might have been a little sarcasm in that description.
Yeah, I detected. I think we all can detect your sarcasm, Patty.
Yeah, it's pretty much a constant. Like we said, Grigorovich and Salazar, tournament #1 seeds, are semifinal action underway with tournament host Louis Vauclair and his partner Anton Prosenko, Russell Bentheim, and Bentheim and Friedrich are out there on the other part of it, playing up against their semifinals with Dobik and Pardo DeAndre. It's almost like Morgan and Sakura should just start every match in the 3rd set.
They should. I mean, they really put that to the test, though, in this match. Like, they couldn't have been much more down and out in that 2nd set. Just an amazing display of resilience. I think, what we saw in that end of that 2nd set, and what I think we're going to see into this 3rd set, is no more free points for anyone. This first point is, a good example.
Lauren, we have a watch party going on in Glens Falls. I can't believe they didn't invite me. Karen, Grant's better half, other half, Mark Mannix, Carly, they're all watching it, enjoying the action here on a Saturday night up in North Country. Lauren, you want to make a pick? 3rd set? Who's going to win it?
You know what? I really don't. I don't have a feeling here. I mean, it's I think going to be 1-love for Hanish and Paige, so technically they'll be ahead. But I want to see how they react after the huge letdown they must be feeling. How about you?
Can I have one more game before I make my decision?
You can have as many as you like, Patty. If you want to wait till, someone's ahead 5, whatever, you can.
Right, till it's a match point. Make a bold call. Right there, when Sakura Morgan started this match, we felt like Sakura was pressing a little bit there. She, missed a fault there going up the tee. We know why she did it. She's going up the tee to try to avoid, that forehand. When she serves that ball into Paige's body, Paige just cracks her forehand. But still, it's game point, third set. You've got to get that ball in the box. I don't think she would disagree.
No.
I'm good. Let's go. Show me. Here? Yes.
Just a beautifully smooth
15,
drive.
love.
Hanish is really so precise with her drives and her lobs. That's one of the things that makes her one of the best players always.
When are we going to see Hanish wear a cam, like the GoPro on her
15,
hat?
all.
Put it live on Instagram. Do you think we'll see it, Lauren?
No, but it's an idea.
Fifteen, 30.
Here? Yes. Let's go. Come back. Hit it. Hit. Hit. Yep. Yep. Hit.
Boy, wherever Paige is standing on the court, I wouldn't give her a forehand. Then
15,
again.
40.
Wrong again. Too funny.
It's uncanny.
It's spot on.
It is.
30, 40.
Nice move at the net, I paid.
Yeah, I'm a little off my tempo. I started thinking about Grant and his volley, and I've been thrown off ever since. I'm pressing a little bit in the booth.
Game Morgan Sakura. Games are
I
one
think
all.
this,
Third
this
set.
set is going to be neck and neck, Patty.
I can't disagree with you on that one, Lauren. Shout out to APTA umpire, Carol. Carol from Montclair, one of my buddies, back from the Rutgers days, enjoying the live streaming and the commentating. She's a gal who appreciates sarcasm, and I'll leave it at that.
Love, 15.
And she's an excellent umpire.
She is. She got into the game and, umpiring probably about 5 years ago for the APTA. She knows when the phone
Love,
rings. I'm calling
30.
her to ask if she'll come out and umpire junior nationals, and she always says yes, along with Mike Yahimski. Those guys are great. Steve Kakam has always helped me umpiring for the kids, making it a real special day and making it feel like they're in the big leagues, even though they're still little leaguers. We make it feel like it's the big leagues.
15, 30.
she's missed wide in a while. Those are
15-40.
the kind of points that we saw more of in the first set, where Morgan and Sakura were just missing their shots wide and long, and Paige was getting them to miss volleys with her drive, but they have tightened that up.
Morgan and Sakura just didn't know what to expect from Hanish and Paige, and now they've settled down, adjusted, and of course, like
Team
Kirsten.
Hanish Paige, they lead the third set.
We know what's gonna happen whenever you say something. We know exactly how the point's gonna end. So, and I like that. You heard Hanish and Paige getting pumped there, and you have to have a short memory. You have to just forget about it. You lost that set. You had match points. It's done. It's in the past. This is a new set, and it's a one-set match.
Anna Zabori's home watching the action. We're sorry she's not on the court, but she's home. She's got a fire going. It looks like a nice red wine going. Cheers on. She's enjoying watching her partner Floor play a marvelous match.
Love 15.
Pulled Sakura all the way back, and Sakura was smart. She didn't try to come in and have to try to make a difficult volley. She stayed back, and Hanish missed the drive. Running in circles around the court, blitzing, not blitzing. There's a third time.
Well, she wants to insert herself here, and she's just trying to create some havoc.
Yeah. 15 all.
Hanish and Paige were also winning a whole bunch of points with that overhead in the first set, the first half of the second set. They haven't won any since then.
Again, Sakura wants the ball over in that ad court. I just wouldn't give her a two-handed backhand right here in this time of the match.
She got the little help from the net on the volley, but a good move.
I didn't want to curse her. I thought maybe she might miss right then, but she didn't. We've got some people, we got the map to cheering section chiming in a little bit online. I won't relay all the comments, but they're big fans of Charlotte Sikora. Charlotte, wonderful teaching pro, has her own company, Racket Odyssey, travels all around the country, the world it seems, sharing her passion for racket sports. She does a wonderful job, and she was she worked alongside Lori Hissey, the late Lori Hissey, who we just lost on January 9th after a courageous battle, 8-year battle with cancer. And Charlotte, it's a huge loss for Charlotte and everybody in the MAPTA community. So emotions are high, so they're kind of chatting up, and they're hoping
40-30.
Sikora Morgan find a way here. And I like it, regions are going to pick their favorites for sure, Lauren.
Yeah, of course.
Anna Sapori is loving watching her partner, Flora Hanisch, hit all these overheads. And she's like, there's no way she's ever hit this many overheads in any match. She's going to need a shoulder massage tomorrow, Anna thinks.
Yeah, and Anna, how about all the backhands she's hit? All the backhand drives. She doesn't hit a lot of those in your matches either.
Deuce.
So frustrating for Hanisch and Page because on a lot of the big points
Deuce over here
in the second and third sets, Morgan and Sikora have just gone into, well, lockdown mode. They just are not missing. Even when it looks like Hanisch and Page had the advantage in the point, they just are finding a way, and that really wears on you after a while.
Advantage, Page.
Zapori is so loving seeing her partner rip those two-handers. She's actually just told me in a text she's considering giving up the middle a little bit more to Flora Hanisch.
I don't buy it.
She could be pulling my leg.
That's
Game, Hanisch, Page, they lead the third set 3-1.
Not worrying about Morgan and Sikora clawing their way back into that one.
All right, so here you go. Charlotte Sikora serving down 1-3, third set. Just goes back to that mindset. Let's go.
Yep.
Keep everything in play. You don't have to force anything. They're getting enough opportunities. They just got to keep the errors at a minimum. Shout out to Toronto's Rob Mitchell. Great coach of junior paddle up there, and amazing job, Lauren, of bringing kids down. And every year now, it seems like for the past 4 years, we get a group of about 6 to 8 junior players from Toronto who come on down and make the Junior Nationals a great weekend event. Kudos to Rob and the other parents from the other players who come down and help chaperone and make the weekend a great run for those kids.
15 all.
There's that well-spotted drive to Morgan's, making her have to decide if she can get over and hit a backhand or not.
Lauren, I'm ready to make my pick.
Okay.
Is it too late?
No, I told you, you have carte blanche.
30-15.
I feel like, despite the fact that Hanish and Paige are so good, I'm going map to strong for Charlotte Sikora strong right now this week. So I'm thinking Sikora and Morgan are going to find a way here.
All right. Let's see if you're right.
Lauren, who do you think's going to win, Commanders or the Eagles?
Eagles.
Nice. Bills, Kansas City.
That's a tough one. I would say Bills, but somehow it feels like Kansas City just always finds a way. Sinner or Zverev, who do you like? What a great get.
Sinner.
Yeah, me too.
40-15.
Paige applying a little pressure there. You could tell she was looking for the move in. Again, confident off of the returns from Hanish. Keep that ball down. She can just make her move. What pressure. Beautiful swing.
40-30.
Yeah, Allison Morgan is mad at herself for not staying down, but that was a really, I mean, Sikora hit that overhead hard. It came straight out. Paige had a great look at it, making it a very hard volley.
Deuce.
Just a little late getting her paddle in the perfect position there. Ball just kind of flew off her paddle. Deuce. Sikora serving. Hanish about to crack another return.
Good volley out of Paige's reach. Smart, soft. Did you miss it?
Think just wide.
Advantage, Morgan Sikora.
Good scrambling by Morgan Sikora. Hanish did everything right except for execute on that last ball. They made her play one more. See, I think
Deuce.
surprisingly that ended up being a good shot, that kind of poor volley from Paige, because Morgan needs a little more pace on the ball to hit that little chip that she comes in behind, and the ball just didn't go anywhere.
Advantage, Hanish Page.
Caught Sikora reaching. Point for 4-1 for Hanish and Page.
Is it too late to make my pick?
No, you can't. You can't change it now. You don't,
No, I would never desert map to strong.
They're not certainly not out of it yet, even if they lose this point. Yeah,
Deuce.
I had such a strong feeling that Morgan Square were going to win that point. Every time it looks like Hanish and Page are going to pull away, Morgan and Sakura win the point. Oh boy, so Morgan's got a few of
Advantage
those.
Morgan Sakura.
You want your pick back now, Patty?
No, it's okay. I just got to go map to strong, you know, because of Bruce Redpath's upcoming nationals. Let's learn one men's semifinal is underway. Bentheim and Friedrich are at 3-all in the first set of their semifinals with Dobik and Pardo DeAndre. The other semifinal, the tournament director Louis Montclair will, I think, will follow the women's final.
Oh, okay, good.
Don't go anywhere, Lauren.
I'm not going anywhere.
What are you doing for the next 4 hours?
I'm hanging with you, Patty.
Thinking about Anna Zabory's glass of wine. That looked pretty good. Lauren, you know, we could finish the men's final around midnight and just have a little bit of hangout time before the Australian Open final.
That's true.
That could work out perfect.
I need a nap. I'll need a nap. I'm not good at staying up all night.
Deuce.
Let court.
Yeah, it's gonna take something to win that point. That's the one that's gotten Sakura in a
Advantage
bit of
Hanish
trouble.
Page.
Too hard.
Wow.
Deuce.
She had a great look for that shot. Just couldn't make it, and Sakura's hanging on for dear life, just going taller and taller than she already is. Somehow they survived that.
Advantage, Hanish Page.
You know, Sakura had to unload on that overhead, hit it straight ahead really hard, and I think that would have been a nice play for Morgan to just kind of get out of the way and let that ball just come through and fire it off the back screen.
Deuce.
Serve was close. I think that maybe Paige thought it was going out.
Again, Hanish just finding that spot in between the two players, going through the middle with that return over and over.
Advantage, Morgan Sakura. Game,
And
Morgan
from Morgan.
Sakura. Hanish Page lead 3 games to
Yeah,
2,
they just-
third set.
Hanish and Paige, they have had so many chances. They just can't pull away. And all credit to Morgan Sakura.
Yeah, hey Lauren, you know Corian is the official wealth sponsor of the APTA 24-25 season. Corian is a fee-only wealth manager who puts their clients at the center of everything they do. Learn more at Corian.com. And after you learn more at Corian.com, just go right over to Volley.com, because you can get a free trial, a 30-day free trial at your club. What's stopping you? Get 30 friends together. Not easy for everybody to do, but you could do it, Lauren. And just try out the volley machine for a month. It's really how you're going to up your game and lower your PTI. GetVolley.com.
It is Hanish. Yeah, Flores serve. Yep. 3-2.
I'm surprised the other men's semifinal isn't going to start. I mean, this match could last, another 40 minutes.
Well, the only problem is they only have 4 courts here. And I believe they are stacked up. Yeah, it's, standing room only to get on a court here at Ridgewood tonight. Shout out to Ellen and John Birchnall, Summit, New Jersey, enjoying the action. Cindy Ross over in Chatham, New Jersey, enjoying the action. Birchnall's a huge part of Junior Nationals every year. Their kids all played. A couple of their kids were Junior National champs. They're always awesome helpers, making it a really special day for the kids. They get it. Their kids got it. Their kids play as adults. It's so great. Henry's up outside of the Boston area. Can't wait till his little daughter Charlotte's ready to pick up a paddle and play.
Love 15.
Lauren, we've watched a million paddle matches, and it's just so it's just uncanny how they go the same way. And certainly when you see Morgan Sikora and their love for three setters, you just kind of feel like they always find a way to
15
keep
all.
themselves in every match. And that's why I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up in a tiebreaker in this third set.
I wouldn't either. From the get-go, I thought that it was going to be a really tight set, and it looked for a few minutes like Hanish and Page might pull way ahead, but that hasn't happened.
Come on!
30-15.
What is it?
30-15.
You can feel the Hanish intensity, and you hear that "come on" oftentimes during her matches. I don't think she does it to be distracting at all. She does it to be supportive to her partner, I believe.
To keep
30-15.
herself pumped up. They're really trying hard. They've had so many opportunities to feel let down here that they're trying to keep their intensity high and being positive.
Great spots drives, but awesome volleys. You can see how calm Sikora stayed, making them all.
30
Yeah,
all.
she didn't flinch even a tiny bit, even with Page and that huge forehand running towards her.
I was flinching from back here.
Me too.
Wow, what a shot down the line from Flor Hanish.
But Morgan gets it, resets the point.
Morgan looks exceptionally fast in royal blue, don't you agree?
I just think she always looks exceptionally fast. Great anticipation too. Missed it wide.
40-30.
Come back!
Another game point. I wish I had the stats on the number of game
Deuce.
points that Hanish and Page have lost over the last two sets.
Tissue. Did the heaters go off, by the way?
Yes, they didn't last very long.
Yeah.
I slipped again, but
Paige cut herself or something, Lauren?
I didn't see what happens.
I don't know.
She just needed a little timeout.
It's 3-2. The heaters did not stay on very long, by the way. Oh.
It's funny, you don't usually see it in the middle of a game.
I have Kleenex. Do you want a Kleenex?
Unless she's bleeding.
Oh, jeez.
So Allison decided to follow her over there and just check it out. I really have not seen someone walk off in the middle, unless there was an injury or something. Maybe Allison's a really nice gal. She's probably just helping Paige.
What happened? Or she's blowing her nose.
Oh.
Who's blowing whose nose?
Allison's blowing her own nose.
Phew. I mean, that's teamwork.
Yeah, really.
Here's a tissue, Lauren. I gotta catch it once at least during a match.
Yeah, apparently Flora said she hit her face with a racket somehow.
No Band-Aid? Seriously?
They have a first aid thing in there on the wall.
Talking about a first aid kit.
Can you go check if they have a Band-Aid? Do you have a Band-Aid? There's no Band-Aid?
I have one in my car.
So Lauren, last week in Boston Grand Prix,
The
what a
first aid
phenomenal
kit?
event. We saw Rick Lauder Salazar
It's
get
on
their
the wall,
fifth tour
on the
win
far
of the
side.
season. They beat Allison's husband and Graham McNerney in the finals. Burris and Elliott got their fifth win of the season last year. So, I mean, going into Bruce Redpath's Philly Nationals is going to be amazing in both the women's and the men's game. You know, so many new players on both sides who are really making an impact. And like I said, Taya Page, I wouldn't have known her if I tripped over her a year ago, and here she is, you know, gotten to be ranked top 4 in the country out here.
And looking like she belongs. Yes, same thing. I would not have known her a year ago.
Surprised Sakura. I mean, Sakura's probably over there helping too. She's really nice. If I'm
Deuce,
Sakura and,
3-2
Morgan,
them,
I would
Deuce.
stay here and just keep hitting.
Flora serving.
We mentioned the tour travels to back to Chicago for Birchwood Open next week. Then the last Grand Prix of the year, Short Hills. After that, go out to one of my favorite paddle places, Pittsburgh, for the Steel City Classic. Then it will swing over to Indianapolis, and then everything wraps up for the Open men's and women's play in Philly. Nationals second
By the
weekend
way,
in March.
after the tiebreaker, once I hit the server, it showed me that you were supposed to be serving there. It actually told me.
Oh,
But,
that's cool.
yeah, but I didn't know until I knew who was serving. But had I hit the button, it would have told us.
How do you know?
Now I know. Just ask who's serving, and it'll tell me.
Okay.
Deuce.
The good thing is it's her left hand, Lauren.
Yeah. Let's see if it affects her hitting a backhand.
I'll take it after the game. Here, come on. Yes.
Nah, she's tough. Hannah serving. Sakura hitting the return. That's Morgan in the royal blue. And with the pink sneakers and headband, Taya Page.
Hit it, hit it. Hit it.
Right in there.
Advantage Morgan Sakura.
Point for 3-all.
Great anticipation from Paige. Knew that Morgan was
Deuce.
looking to apply some pressure there, moving in, and just cut that ball off, hit it behind her. Phenomenal play. Did you teach her that, Lauren?
Yeah.
Well done.
Advantage Hanish Page.
Ooh, Morgan would love that one back. I think she couldn't believe her good fortune there. I like Morgan Sakura getting some air under their lobs, Lauren.
Yeah.
Getting some hang time on them.
Game Hanish Page. They lead the third set 4 games to 2.
Finally, Hanish and Page close out that game.
Lauren, I feel like either way,
There's
by about
blood
10
on the
o'clock,
ball.
this match is going to be
If
over.
you guys are fine, we can change it because it'll be.
No, I'm only
We won't need
kidding.
another
It's
one after
almost
this.
only 7:15. And following this, we will have men's semifinal action. Unfortunately, we won't see the cute matching outfits of Regalado and Salazar because Albie stayed home today. B. Lopez usually plays with Paige. She's a little bit under the weather, so there's a great opportunity. Hanish filled in for B. Lopez, and women's final. Just phenomenal level of play, really, overall. Little, slow start from Morgan Sakura, but they've leveled it out, and really, really great
Love
level of
15.
play here in the women's finals from Ridgewood, from Paramus, in Paramus, New Jersey, Ridgewood Country Club.
Pretty good getting Floor Hanish as a fill-in.
Yeah, good filler.
Love 30.
That's that ball, heavy topspin, and just over and over and over all throughout this match from Paige. And
Yep.
at times it looks like Morgan and Sakura, it looks like from this vantage point they're a little bit upright, and sometimes when you see that heavy dipper coming your way, you set your paddle, but
It's
a little knee
4-2,
bend wouldn't
love
hurt.
30. 2-4.
Again, over and over, Hanish finding that seam in between Morgan and Sakura. Beautiful.
15-30.
Beautiful combination of shots from Sakura. I like that. She took it straight ahead, then found the middle, moved her shot a couple of feet. Club level players, take note of that. Move your drive a little bit. Doesn't have to be any harder. Just moving it around a little bit can break down your opponent's volley a little bit.
Yeah, and she got Paige to reach a little too.
30-0.
I think Paige is going to get some more opportunities here from Morgan Segura. I think this is the moment, you know, you test her. You don't need to test Flor Hanish. We know what she can do.
Even Allison Morgan can't track that
30-40.
down. At a perfect angle.
Game, Hanish Paige, they lead the third set 5-2.
How many times, Lauren, over the years have we seen that play from Hanish out of that deuce court? Good lob, cross court, snuck in behind it, won the point, and Hanish and Paige are up 5-2 in the third set of the finals from Ridgewood. We've been talking about Bruce Redpath's nationals a little bit. Bruce just chimed in, and Bruce knows that he needs to be fast at nationals, so he's considering going all royal blue, top to bottom, in his ensemble for nationals. But he also wanted to make sure we pointed out that, you know, when you run these paddle tournaments, it takes a village, and he's got a committee of 35 people who have been working around the clock since last year's Boston Nationals. They went up there, they were doing some surveillance and gathering some intel on what they can do to hit it out of the park out of Philly. And I know they'll do a great job. And of course, they have a wonderful committee, and we'll know them all because they'll be head to toe royal blue. Derek Yost will be an umpire at Nationals, and he's up wearing the gear from Nationals, actually, that royal blue jacket. You thought I was kidding, Lauren. I wasn't this time.
That's a great move by Sakura. They're not going down without a fight.
Never.
Love 30.
She saw the opening, didn't quite have her footwork coordinated there.
Yes, it was like her arms and her feet were doing different things. Slap that one wide.
15-40.
Sakura standing way in, showing a lot of pressure to that server. Wow, that serve was really close. Really good combination of shots from Hanish. Just put so much pressure on Bergen and took advantage of the real short little shot and drop shot winner.
Hit. 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 Hit, hit, hit.
Ah,
Advantage,
What a
Paige.
volley.
Paige really anticipated that drive beautifully. And Patty, we're at match point again. What's it, an hour later from
Is
the
it
last
too
one?
late? Too late to make my pick?
And there it
Game,
is.
set, match, Hanish to Paige.
What a match.
Yeah, Lauren, great, great display. Four, highly talented women here on the top of our sport. Kudos to all four of them. And Morgan Sikora, really slow start, but they just grinded. I'm proud of their effort here, that
Yeah.
they did everything in their power. And but Hanish and Paige, lovely combination, teaming up together, no issue. They both know how to play the game. They didn't worry that they didn't have a tournament under their belt. They just put it together, executed beautifully, and got a win here in Paramus at the Ridgewood Country Club.
We were just playing with at the end. Can I have
We
it?
have to get you down. Derek, we're going to get
We
you down.
may be
Yes,
doing an interview.
Derek first.
Quickly.
right?
What happened to all my help?
We might not be. We're just deciding, Lauren. Do you think we should or shouldn't? What's your pick?
I don't know. I would think those guys would want to get out here and get started, but
And I gotta do a men's
happy to hear what
next.
everyone has to say.
All right.
Right here.
let's get-
It was supposed to be over there.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
What?
Thank you.
I have a feeling, Lauren,
Derek, we're getting you down.
Good.
I think we're going to call it quits on this match and wrap it up, because we're going to be coming back for men's semifinal action. What do you think about that, Lauren?
I think, okay. All right, and that's a wrap for the women's final, and we'll be back, I
Oh,
think,
it's
in a
supposed
few
to be on the
minutes
other
with
side
the
of the
men's
chair.
semi, so
I can't
stay
get out
tuned.
here.
This way, no?
Thanks,
No, I
Lauren.
gotta get out the side
Thanks,
where there's
Patty.
no arm.
All right, hold on. Wait 1 second.
I can.
Hold it up, right?
Pull the bottom out a little bit.
All right, Derek.
I guess I can leave this here. I'm about to umpire again.
You want to throw it down? Yes, we're not.
No, I'm about to umpire again. No, I have it. Just leave it there, yeah.
Fran, where are you going?
All right, no interview. We're not
Fran.
doing an interview.
No interview?
I don't know.
Fran's here.
Do we have him? Okay, we do. We need, what, do you have to go back? No. We're not.
Lauren,
This is going to take too long. Okay, should we do it?
I don't know. There's another match that wants to get on like right now.
Yeah.
Alright, I gotta warm up.
All right, we got to give him a chance to warm up, though.
Yeah, I gotta pee. We can do the interview over here?
Do the interview
All right,
right here.
25 minutes. Let's do
Wanna
it.
do it off court?
Yeah. No, let's do it.
Okay.
I think. I mean, they played for 3 hours, right? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I get a picture of the board?
Sorry, they're gonna set the microphone.
What did you say?
They're gonna set up the microphone. Just 2 minutes. Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take a couple pictures first.
That was really Merci, merci. God. I'm hoping to be over too, but.
Easy. Right there. It's on right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn it off. Stop. Stop. Stay right there. Go.
Thank you.
This is very cold.
We're getting angry faces from Tommy and Jose. I'm looking at us with angry faces there. It's not our fault. Well, a little our fault. A little our fault. Like an hour and a half.
I know. We'll get you guys inside soon. Yeah.
We
It
wanted
was
you guys to watch
unbelievable.
a little longer.
Yeah.
You know, everybody was
I
having
know.
quality paddle.
How long do you want? Like a minute, right? Like 2 questions, 2. Yeah. Just 2 questions. Yeah.
Perfect. Two easy questions.
How's your
ride? It's good, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's
when
so funny
someone
because
came up,
it's crazy because Antonio did that like 10 days ago. He hit
His section a little bit
he has
purple.
stitches.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw his black.
He got 6 stitches because he did that. And as I do it, I'm like, if I see blood, and I saw blood, because I was making fun of the family. So I need to see how. Is it just a scratch? Have done this outside for maybe next time. So they don't. Is it look bad? For next time, not now, but just under. Not a horrible idea.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay. So 2 minutes.
All right, let's move it.
you ready?
Yeah, ready?
Let's go.
Okay.
You guys gonna start hitting and then
1 second.
no?
No good?
All right. We tried.
Congratulations anyway. Congratulations.